Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I am going to rank all of the DCEU movies, including Black Adam, since they're going to reboot the whole universe, which I will do another video on, because I'm a bit so-so on that. But yeah, let's get into it. So, the first one up is Aquaman. Now, I'm kind of surprised that it's this low, because my friend Luke, who has been on the channel so many times, he has told me that I'm going to love Aquaman. And when I watched it, I was a little disappointed by it. I loved Jason Momoa as Aquaman. I loved Nicole Kidman as the mother. I loved Willem Dafoe in this movie. I think that those three are great. I don't know if it's the story that I didn't like, or it was some of the... I don't know what it was. I think it might have been the story. Because the story was like focused on trying to find trying to find Nicole Kidman's character, and kind of doing that sort of thing, and like the plot kicks in kind of after they go behind the waterfall and get the new Aquaman suit and the trident and stuff like that. So that's why I have Aquaman at number 12 on this list. Number 11 is Wonder Woman 1984. Now, when I saw this in the theater back in 2020, I actually surprisingly liked it. Watching it again by myself, it's not really that great. I was let down the second time watching it, because I was like, yeah, sure, it's like not a great movie, but it's something good just to turn on in the background. I don't think I'm even going to turn this on in the background, to be honest. Like, obviously, if there is something that I'm not going to mention today that would make me watch it again, but yeah. No, I definitely won't watch Wonder Woman 1984 again. So that's my number 11. And my number 10 is The Suicide Squad. Now, I love James Gunn. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. I love Margot Robbie. I love John Cena. I love Idris Elba. There is nothing that could have gone wrong here. Margot Robbie is still fantastic as Harley Quinn. I think James Gunn did a good job at revitalizing the team of the Suicide Squad. But I think that the thing is with this movie is that when it was coming out, me and my dad saw a clip on YouTube. That was the whole bit where I think it was the opening of the movie, like the actual battle, and the dude attaches his arms and floats his arms right towards these guys and slices them in the face. Well, like, what? Like, I love James Gunn, and I love Guardians of the Galaxy, and I love the original Scooby-Doo movies that James Gunn has written. But I'm like, this is probably going to be the first flop that James Gunn has done. And I won't be surprised if I feel that way, because, like, I have seen it. But yeah, it's just like, I don't really understand why they had to revitalize that. The fact that it was basically already done, to me, well in the 2016 version of Suicide Squad. Now, number 9 is Man of Steel. I really like this movie. I think that this is where you start to get the good DCU movies. Like, even some of the ones that would consider bad, I actually kind of like. But Man of Steel, I really like. I like Henry Cavill as Superman. I think that's a great starting point for the DC movies. I think that Man of Steel is one of those movies that is going to be good as time progresses. Because when Man of Steel came out, you had fans of Man of Steel, but also you didn't. So I think that you would need to, I guess, because it's going to be one of those movies that people look back and go like, oh, we actually had a pretty decent DCU vision from Zack Snyder, and even David Ayer, which we'll get to a little later. But I think that Man of Steel is one of those movies that, like, people will look at it and go like, this actually gets better over time than it does when you first watch it, which a lot of movies do. So I really like Man of Steel. Now, number 8 is Wonder Woman. I was a little let down by this one because I heard that it was like, oh my god, it's the best superhero movie ever. To me, this doesn't even touch Spider-Man No Way Home or Avengers Endgame or most of the Marvel movies, right? Yeah, I was let down. Like, I thought the villain was lame. I thought the third act was too CGI. I thought that the Madland scene was dope. I thought that the chemistry between Gal Gadot and Chris Pine were incredible. I think I care about their relationship more in the sequel than in the first one. But I think that I think it's going to be one of those ones where it's like, in the future when I rewatch these movies, I think Man of Steel and Wonder Woman, the first Wonder Woman, are going to flip a bit. But yeah, so that's why I have it number 8. Number 7, I have Black Adam. Now, I thought that The Rock crushed it as Black Adam. And seeing like Dr. Fate and Hawkman and Adam and that sort of stuff was really, really cool. And then, of course, the mid-credit scene of seeing Amanda Waller on this big like projection thing, and then Superman falling down with a hint of the John Williams theme. I was like, this is the way that you reintroduce Superman. And it looks like that we might not be getting the direction that The Rock wants. Why the fuck would you put that in there if it wasn't going to come to fruition? But anyway, Black Adam, I think, is a great movie. I think it's a fun movie to watch, and I'm super excited until it comes out on DVD and Blu-ray to watch it many more times. Number 6 is the theatrical version of Justice League. Now, I thought that this was a really fun movie. I thought that this movie was not the best superhero movie, but like one of the more fun superhero movies out of the DCEU. Even though that from Suicide Squad, from the Suicide Squad up, I really like. But Justice League, I think it's one of the most unappreciated movies out of the DCEU. There are some stuff that don't work, like the jokes and stuff, like the whole thing of Flash falling in Wonder Woman's boobs and stuff. But there are a lot that do work in Justice League. But number 5, this is where we'll get controversial. I have Suicide Squad 2016. This is the first DCEU movie I saw in the theatre. Or at all, really. I loved Will Smith as Deadshot. I loved Jay Courtney as Captain Boomerang. I loved Margot Robbie's Harley. I loved El Diablo in this movie. I loved seeing Ben Affleck as Batman in this movie. Suicide Squad 2016 is one of the more underrated movies in the DCU, because the DCU to me is one of those unappreciated superhero series out there, and I think Suicide Squad is really underrated. I think that is one of the more fun DCU movies, and I can't wait to show Luke Suicide Squad. Number 4 is Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Now, one of the reasons I have this high is, one, because my boy Batman's in it. If you put Batman in anything, I'm gonna watch it and love it. 2, I love Henry Cavill as Superman in this movie. 3, I love the action in this movie. I think it's incredible action. And I do love the stuff that's in the Ultimate Cut, but when I did this, well, when I think I saw Black Adam before I watched the Ultimate Edition for the first time. So this is the theatrical cut. Theatrical cut to me goes a lot more faster. I'm getting to that point. I'm getting to that point in my life where I'm like, I love movies, but I want them to be a certain amount of time. Even though that I get why they do go longer, because it's if you trimmed it down, it will become messy. Even though I do love the Ultimate Edition of BVS, I think that the theatrical version goes a lot more faster, and I really like Dawn Justice. Number 3 to me is Zack Snyder's Justice League. Now, this completed the Zack Snyder trilogy, or vision for the DC movies in general, right? You finally had Joker interacting with Batman. You had the Black Suit Superman storyline, which was really, really, really bloody dope. And you also had more character arcs for like Victor and Flash and Aquaman and all that. And I'm probably tearing up about this movie. But no, it's a really great movie, and I did not feel bored throughout this movie. I felt so interested in the characters. I loved the whole thing of let's expand on the lore, but also do some stuff better than what we did with the theatrical cut. So I love Zack Snyder's Justice League. And number 2 for me is Birds of Prey. Birds of Prey, I legit have a poster of Birds of Prey in my room. And it's a really cool body poster. But I think that Margot Robbie is the perfect Harley Quinn. If James Gunn wants to redo the DC universe, like recast it and all that, I do not want him to recast 2 people in particular. Batman, depending on what they want to do with Batman, if they want to keep Keaton, or they want to do Affleck, or they want to change Patterson a little more. I think if they keep Ben Affleck, I'll be really on board. But I definitely don't want them to recast Harley. I think Margot Robbie does such a good job, and she does a great job in Birds of Prey. And I want to see more of the Birds of Prey. I want to see more of the Birds of Prey kicking ass and have a movie that continues from Harley Quinn Birds of Prey to the sequel, which is just Birds of Prey, and then have another solo Harley movie of her doing something crazy. I really love Birds of Prey. I think it's really a really good movie. I think it's funny. I think it's one of the best comedies out there, and I just love it. But the best comedy and my favourite DCU movie, and the best one, is Shazam. Because of the family elements. The family elements are great. The whole idea of this kid being stuck in an adult's body and not knowing how to deal with that, because he knows that he's going to grow into an adult one day, but he's not like, I'm a 30-year-old type adult, right? So the fact that he's an adult in this superhero body, he's like, what do I do? And then he needs to figure out how to use those powers for good. I think that's just such a great lesson, and I think that that's a really, really, really cool concept for a movie, and I'm really excited for Shazam: Fury of the Gods. Very excited for that movie. So guys, please let me know your ranking of the DCEU, and what do you guys think of my ranking of the DCEU? Make sure that you hit the like button down below, and also hit the subscribe, and also hit the little bell icon and notify future videos I make. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.
Hey there. Subscribe to my channel. And also press this bell icon.